Okay, everybody, it was super hot on Friday, super hot on Saturday, super hot for most of Sunday, and then we got some of the wet stuff. Landon Idlet with the National Weather Service still in Palau where they are dealing with some stuff. So, Landon, as your twin brother Brandon comes in right now, we'll say Ali to you. And what's going on down there in Palau?
Ali, Jason, it has definitely been a fantastic week and a half over here in the island. It's been beautiful, sunny, dry weather much of last week after almost 2 weeks of monsoon, heavy winds, and rains. That has come to an end, the dry weather, and we've got a lot of rain today. It pounded the Republic yesterday. We had some showers and thunderstorms move in, and that's
As
part of the
did we.
large regional weather pattern. Yeah, it's part of this large weather pattern with tropical disturbance Invest Area 94W. That's situated east of us in the Republic of Palau and Yap State. And that's going to be making a beeline towards Guam and the CNMI later this week. But
Oh
it was
gosh.
packing a punch last night with several hours of torrential heavy rainfall across Koror. We had almost uh, frequent lightning and thunder for several hours, and I was caught under the Japan Palau.
Okay. Yeah. While your brother resets his router on his side, what do you forecast project as far as this? Because you know me, like I'm a big movie guy, but there was significant rainfall for us last night. Very very heavy, very very sudden, uh, very very crazy too. Like I know like a lot of stuff got washed out and everything. Could this be? I love trailers, so could this be a preview of coming attractions, as it were?
Yeah, that's definitely the case. We did issue a special weather statement from the National Weather Service Guam office yesterday, and that's detailing this Invest Area 94W that will be making its passage through Guam and the CNMI later this week. So the wet weather you've seen recently across Guam, that's going to only increase in the coming days with gusty winds. And so Brandon's going to have more details on what to expect and when to expect it. Will we be dealing with a tropical cyclone of sorts? Well, that's a faint possibility, and Brandon will have those details. But for sure, expect wet, windier weather in the coming days.
Okay, so Brandon is right here right now, and I see Brandon, your Wi-Fi is good right now, and you've got the satellite loop up right now. So what can you tell us about what we may expect midweek?
Yeah, so you mentioned some recent showers that we've had, and so we do have some thunderstorms not too far away from us, and so Guam is right here on the center of the screen, and we've just got this big column of clouds moving in from the east. So that's going to bring some showers and thunderstorms for the mid part of today. But as I zoom out and we see the big picture view, so the Marianas is right there in the middle of your screen. We've got all this white down over to south. So Palau is still seeing a lot of lightning just to the west of them, where you see those red indicators. And then Palau Yap is in the midst of the westerly monsoon, and so there's a lot of thunderstorms. It's a very busy pattern down there. But the circulation that Invest 94 is just kind of a weekly defined circulation, and the thing about it is there is an invest area, but there's not an anticipation for it to develop into a depression or a tropical storm for at least the next couple of days. And so a lot of that energy is into a system much farther to the north of the Marianas. This is near 25 degrees north, well to the north. It's a much better looking circulation. That is probably the one that's going to have a better chance of becoming a tropical cyclone in the next couple of days. And then we're going to have this second system. It's eventually going to lift northward toward the Marianas. And the bottom line I want people to remember is the latter half of this week, we're going to see just a wet, windy monsoon pattern, perhaps starting as early as Wednesday or so. And so as the system lifts northward, it's going to be that wet, southwest windy, increasing surf and swell from the southwest that we're going to be seeing for several days. Now, whether it becomes a tropical depression or tropical storm, it's debatable. There is some signal in the computer models, not a lot of strong signal. But the biggest factor to keep in mind is wet and windy for the latter half of this week. We could see some flooding concerns depending on where those heavier showers line up. And so we're going to be looking at that today in today's forecast cycle and just looking at all the details very closely.
Okay, and of course, while we all keep an eye on this, the flooding, of course, is the thing maybe in the more short term because you've got the obvious suspects like that strip right in front of Fujita Road down in Tumon. You've got that long strip of road from PD going all the way to Naval Base Guam. And then you've got a lot of places down south on the low-lying areas at the bottom of the mountains, which tend to flood and everything. So should residents in those neighborhoods, be stay frosty about this kind of stuff.
Absolutely, and especially where you have storm drains, with some of the roads with sidewalk storm drains. Make sure the storm drains are cleared. It makes a big difference in those localized effects. How quickly can those roads drain that water? And so look around your neighborhoods. Do you have any loose items that could easily become airborne? Certainly the heavier stuff, we're not looking at a major wind event. It doesn't take a lot of wind to blow the trash cans around and other kind of lighter profile objects. And just to kind of talk about the winds, this is some of the last night's scatterometer satellite surface winds. And so you can see I've kind of highlighted a couple of lines going through south of Palau, near Chuk, and then up to the east of the Marianas. Within that band, that's where we're seeing 15 to 25 knot winds at the ocean surface, and the much weaker winds to the north. And so this whole band is going to lift northward as we go into mid-late week. And so that's where we're going to see some of the stronger winds, especially as the circulation, this 94 whiskey, as that kind of tries to deepen and become a little bit better organized later this week. That's going to cause the winds, the southwesterly winds, to increase.
Okay, so Landon, what should people know as far as you always say stay prepared, and you can never be too prepared. And then certainly a lot of us have, let's call it storm PTSD after we went through what we went through in late May because of Mawar and everything like that. How realistic should we be taking this as far as batteries, water, putting up the storm shutters and whatnot?
Yeah, definitely. Anytime we deal with any kind of weather in the region, we always should pay close attention to it. And that's one thing I'm working with out here in Palau is the communications. So stay up to date with all the latest weather forecasting conditions at the National Weather Service Guam webpage, weather.gov/GUM. But as far as preparedness supplies, we've had a lot of rolling blackouts because of the lingering effects of Typhoon Mawar with the power plant and power distribution. I always have those batteries available, have a battery-powered NOAA weather radio so that you can listen to radio broadcasts and also the weather information broadcasting from our office. But stay up to date. That's the most important thing you can do. And I tell people every typhoon begins as a tropical disturbance, but not every tropical disturbance becomes a typhoon. So we're not likely to look at another Typhoon Mawar, but it's something that we will have to watch closely because we are expecting those increased showers and gusty winds. And of course, a disturbance can cause problems for us even on Guam.
There you go. So everybody, just to kind of calm your mind and make sure, I know it's Monday, you're thinking about back to work, school starts right around the corner. So for your own mental stability and everything like that, what we do know to be true is it is going to be fairly wet and windy starting midweek and everything. We'll keep you posted if this thing should be something that we all need to keep a little bit more of an eye on, right?
Correct.
Okay, so Landon and Brandon, man, what a way to start the week. But like the trees are going to be happy because they're going to have a nourishment. And Landon, it looks like a beautiful day down there in Palau, man. So get some seafood. And Brandon,
yes, absolutely beautiful, nice day.
There you go. And Brandon, looks like a pretty busy day for you and your colleagues there. So we happy hunting to you guys.
Absolutely, it's going to be a busy week, but fortunately, looks to be more of a rainmaker and just some winds. So stay attention as we put out advisories as they become required in the next coming days. But we're going to be communicating that and let you know as things develop.
Okay, can the rain please stop when college football starts? I just want to stay inside and watch games. And I know the two of you being NC State alums and everything like that, you guys are right in lockstep with me. So go Wolfpack.
Yes.
Go Wolfpack.
All right, I'll catch you guys later. Bye-bye.
All right, take care.
Bye.